guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm really excited. We already did a video for the first part of this collection, and that is the Bridgerton and Pat McGrath collabs. We have the Bridgerton Part 2. So this is the Belle of the Ball palette. There is a blush and highlighter, and then there's a lipstick that I used. But I did compare it to the original, which with that one, we had the eyeshadow palette, we had a blush and highlighter, and then we had a highlighter on its own. So you guys, I'm excited for this. If you're new here, make sure to hit that subscribe button down below. Hit the bell for notifications and videos. And if you like this video, make sure to give it a big thumbs up. But if you want to see how I got this look using Bridgerton Part 2 and how they compare to the first part of that collection, just keep watching. Okay, you guys, we have Bridgerton Part 2, and this is the collab with Pat McGrath Collabs. So this is the Belle of the Ball eyeshadow palette, which the peach, you guys, is stunning. I love the flowers on here. And then inside, this color story is stunning. Look at those. This shade right here and that one, just look how they are in the packaging. But when I look at this, it looks really similar to the color story of Diamond of the First Water, which this is that color story right here. I think we need a comparison side by side on this. Because when I first saw it on, I think I saw it on Instagram for Trend Mood, the stories that go through, and I was just kind of like, oh, do I need both of those? I did do a comparison. There's some similar shades in here, but we're gonna swatch them and we're going to double check. So this one right here is the first one, and then this one is Part 2, as I call it, Part 2. This shade is different. This one's a little bit lighter. This was the original, like that beautiful blue. It's stunning. It's a beautiful topper. But I'm looking at these shades right here, and they look very similar. So I do want to compare those. And then this shade looks lighter than this pink right there. So we are going to compare. But I definitely want to swatch this one, and then I want to give you guys that side-by-side comparison of the shades that I think are similar. Because I'll be honest, you guys, I wasn't sure if I needed Part 2. Now there are some other things that came out in the collection that I also picked up, so we're going to play with those as well. Before we dive into the shades, I do want to talk about this packaging, because when I'm looking at it, it's very similar. It's got the same vibe, but this one is the peachy shades. This one is more of the like blue and periwinkles. The packaging is stunning though. And when you look at it, you would think that it has like a 3D effect, but it doesn't. It's just flat, which is really neat. Okay, I went ahead and I swatched the 4 shades that are more of like satins and shimmers. This first shade is Refinement. It's just that really soft baby pink, something I would pop in the inner corner or the brow bone just to give you that nice glisten. This shade right here is Diamond's Desire. It is a stunning rose gold shade, and it has the coolest wet shimmer effect. So beautiful. Then we have Daring Dandy, which is that beautiful mint green, and then that olive shade, which is Forever Charmed. And it's kind of like an olive green to gold. But those 4 shades are absolutely stunning. Now, of course, as we need to. This is just in time for spring, you guys. Now, the 2 shades in here that I think are very similar, which is the dark purple and the pinky shade, I do want to swatch them and compare them to this palette right here, which has more of the like burgundy and pink shades in here. So this is from the new palette. This is Forbidden Amore, and then this one is Plum Regalia, which is in this blue palette. So it looks like it's a little more cool toned in the blue palette than it is in the peach palette. And then in the peach palette, this is Regency Romance, which is more of like a red than a pink. And then this one is Art of the Swoon, and it's more pink than red. And then this third shade, this is Love Match. And this is the one in the bottom corner. It is closer to this shade, but it is more of like a magenta red, if that makes sense. We're gonna swatch those right here. So now just another comparison when you're thinking about, do I need both of these eyeshadow palettes? The shades do vary. They're a little bit lighter in one palette, a little bit more cool toned, and then also a little bit warmer in the peachy palette. Now, of course, we are gonna play around with this peach palette today. Okay, guys, we're gonna dive into this first shade right here, which is Regency Romance. I'm gonna place that in the crease in the outer V, just kind of build it up a little bit. And from the first palette that I used, these are a little bit hard packed. Now, it's a lot of product. So we're gonna see just how pigmented it is. So I am placing it before I start like buffing it out. And even right here in the outer V, it is more peach than pink, but I like it. If you guys notice, I did change the backdrop again. I was not gonna put my shelves up, but I didn't like the picture wall, and I remembered liking my shelves when I was in Chicago. Now, my walls are plaster, not drywall, so I don't really want to put holes in the walls behind me, because if I take the shelves out, then they're there and I have to fill them and then repaint, and it's a whole thing, you guys. So I finally gave in. These shelves are actually from IKEA. If you want to know what they are, I can link them down below. But I like them because they have little grooves, so even with the pictures there is a ledge to catch it, but it'll help them lean back naturally, and I don't have to affix them with the 3M strips, which is what I was using. This shade is really pretty. I did have to, they are hard packed, which I like, but it's also not a bad thing because I don't have a lot of fallout in the palette, and there's not like a disastrous mess. Now I'm going to go into the shade Forbidden Amore, and this one I'm just going to take on a compacted smudging brush. That way we can deepen up this outer V area. I'm going to place it and then blend it out. And I'm just going to bring it a little bit lower right here. The one thing I liked about my shelves in Chicago, I would change up what was behind me. Now, the stuff that's on there right now is the stuff that I had on the shelves in Chicago, just because I haven't traded anything out. But a lot of it, like this bottle right here and this Mother of Pearl box, my grandmother gave me those. So I don't think that I would change those out, because to me they have sentimental value. But the other things like my artwork and this one, and I have stuff up here that the shelf's a little bit high. Maybe I didn't need it. Or if I zoom out more, who knows? But those things do get switched out. I was switching them out for like different seasons. I had like winter artwork, which was really pretty. Wow, I just turned this into like a complete full-blown purple. I'm gonna go back into Regency Romance, just on the fluffy brush and on the outer edge, buff it back in a little bit, because it's there, it's just not as defined. This is like full on purpley blue, or full on purpley pink. I also don't know how I feel about this palm tree sticking out of my head. You guys, I wanted to change it up. Now I'm going to use the shade Diamond's Desire, and I'm going to put that on my ring finger and pat that on top. Like, I want to use the green, and I might put it under the eye. But these shades right here, so beautiful. That is really pretty. It's concentrated. It's not just a topper. It is really foiled. I was about to say shiny. Obviously it's shiny. It's just got that foiled effect. Right, to dust it away a little bit, I'm going to use my shadow brush. So now the purple's peeking through a little bit more. We're not done yet. We need some face products and I'll be back to finish this off. Okay, you guys, so I originally thought when I did this that I was gonna keep it soft and light and airy. And then I'm looking at these two shades right here. This one I wanna put in the inner corner. Like I'm really feeling that vibe for right here. But I do wanna play with this green. So I'm thinking I'm gonna place this under the eye. It may work, it may not. And then use this purpley shade in the outer V to kind of bring it together. We'll see. And maybe a catastrophe, who knows? But that's what I'm feeling right now. And then we'll use this shade on the brow bone. So then at that point, I have used every single shade in this palette. Wish me luck, you guys, because this may or may not be a bad idea. Okay, so we're going into the green shade Forever Charmed. I really hope it picks up on this brush. Ooh. We're just placing it for now. But it is picking up nicely. And I used a dry brush, no setting spray. I'm just tapping. I'm not dragging it, I'm not blending it. What I do want to do is do this outer V before I place that green some more. You know what, you guys? The weather outside is turning a little bit. It was supposed to rain today. I had taken the top off the Jeep this weekend and it was beautiful. But then I was looking at the weather for today and I was like, kind of need to put the Jeep back together. Well, it hasn't rained. Now I wish I hadn't put the top back on. Okay, that is beautiful. What do you guys think of the green underneath? Is it a vibe? Is it something you like? Let's see if I can kind of drag it into that red a little bit. Now that inner corner, we're gonna use Daring Dandy in the inner corner, which is just that beautiful like pale mint. It has like the slightest hint of mint. Don't mind me. And then we're gonna go into that beautiful pink shade, Refinement, just on my highlighter brush and go into the brow bone. Okay, we've already done the bronzer. Now we need to do some blush and highlighter. So in this collection, they also had the Blushing Delights. This container, you guys, look at this. It's kind of bulky, probably not traveling with this, but look how stunning the details are. And then inside you have the baked blushes and highlighter. So I do, like I have an idea of which one I want to use, but I do want to swatch them just to see how stunning they are. Okay, so this one is Aphrodisia. That's just a beautiful like peachy shade that I kind of gravitate towards. It's a little more orange than I would go for. But then we also have this shade, which is Budding Romance. That is such a beautiful like berry red. And then Berry Brilliance. That pink is beautiful. And I feel like these two together would be a really pretty shade and I kind of want to mix them together. And then the highlighter, we have Champagne Venus, which looks like it has glitter chunks in it. Let's go ahead and swatch them. So I'm interested to see what these look like on the cheeks. In the previous collection, there was the Divine Blush and Glow Trio, Love at First Blush. Also, super cute packaging, and there were 2 blushes and a highlighter. This highlighter is stunning. But then there was also the Divine Glow highlighter, and this one is the more like silvery champagne shade. Look at the inlay on that one. I have used this quite a bit after I did that video, and I do really like it. So today we will obviously use these. They look like little macaroons, like little desserts. It's so cute. All right, I'm gonna go into Aphrodisia first. I barely dipped in, you guys. You guys. We're gonna just tap that off. Be careful, it's concentrated. Oh, this is like the story of my life with blushes. Like I seem to just go in too heavy-handed and then I'm always backpedaling trying to like save it. When will I learn, you guys? It's pretty though. I think I got them to match. I did go in ever so slightly to build this one up. And then going into Champagne Venus, this shade is beautiful. I love the little heart design on it, you guys. I don't know. I don't feel like I should have to work this hard to get highlighter. The blush is pretty, but I'm not so sure about this highlighter. All right, so we're gonna dip into this one. This was the Incandescent Gold. I just love this one so much. This one, you guys, if that's not supposed to be a highlighter, I don't know what it's supposed to be. I don't like gold blush, but there wasn't much of a color payoff. Like this, beautiful. You guys, let me know your thoughts on that highlighter. Is it a highlighter? I thought it was. Maybe I was wrong. Now, there were some lipsticks that were released. I only picked up one. This is in the shade Nude Romantic 2. The packaging is so cute. Look at that little bow. This shade is beautiful. This is one of those that I gravitate towards. I am going to use my Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk lip liner with it. They look similar. So I'm going to go ahead, eyeliner, mascara, put my lipstick on, and I will be right back with my final thoughts. Okay, you guys, I am back, and this is the final look. I actually really like how my eyes turned out. I wasn't so sure about that green underneath, but I think that the green here and in the inner corner just kind of made it really pretty and cohesive. Sometimes it's worth taking a chance. I was kind of nervous about it, but it's growing on me and I really like how it turned out. Let me know your thoughts. Is it something that you would have done, or did you like it before I added the greens in? But you guys, let's talk about this really quick. First off, the lipstick feels amazing and it's such a beautiful color. It's one of them that I gravitate towards. I did use the Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk underneath it, and it is a perfect match for that lip liner. So I'm excited. I will probably wear this shade a lot to work. The eyeshadow palette, this is the Belle of the Ball. The packaging is really pretty. I love the pink shades, peachy shades. And then the color story is very interesting. These pops of green are really nice in a predominantly pink eyeshadow palette. I've been comparing it to Diamond of the First Water, which this palette, so it just depends on what your mood is, what you want to have as your color story. I do like this purple shade and then the blue topper. I used this the other day and my friends were in love with it. So between the two eyeshadow palettes, let me know which one's your favorite, which color story would you gravitate towards. I'm interested. Are you picking up either of them? Are you picking up neither of them? Let me know. The packaging on the lipstick, super cute. The little bow is just, it pulls at my heartstrings. It is so adorable. Now, this big can of blushes. It's bulky, you guys. I don't know that I needed a big bulky palette like this. This I was content with. It's easy. I can throw it in a makeup bag. I can just pack it. This is like a display piece. I would probably set it behind me and that is where it will sit until I remember that there's blushes in it. It's more a display piece for me. The blushes were pretty. I do like the peachiness of this shade right here, but the highlighter in here was kind of disappointing. Is it a highlighter? I thought it was. The details are pretty, but like I said, it's more a display piece for me, and then I would just reach for it when I wanted to use the blush. But you guys, for Bridgerton Part 2, that's it. There was the eyeshadow palette, the blush, and then a couple of lipsticks, and I picked the nude shade that I wanted. Now, if you want to revisit Part 1, there was the blue eyeshadow palette, had a beautiful color story. You had the blush and highlighter palette, and then you had a couple highlighters with this one. So there's, as well as a gold shade. But let me know, I'm interested. Are you picking up either of the collections? Are you picking up neither of them? Comment down below, let's have a conversation. But you guys, that is it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. If you're new here, make sure to hit that subscribe button down below. Hit the bell for notifications, new videos. And if you like this video, make sure to give it a big thumbs up. I really appreciate it. And until my next video, you guys, bye. I'll see you in the next one.